FIT sports video, but it's not about that. A bunch of comedians went to the Riyadh Comedy Festival in Saudi Arabia and performed for a bunch of slave-owning murderers. And so you could say that it has split some of the more politically savvy and knowledgeable comedians on the topic of, should we perform for slave-owning murderers? You'll never believe. A lot of your faves might have been there too, but a lot of the ones you'd expect. So let's talk about it.
Well, this
is Mark Maron.
Riyadh Comedy Festival. I don't know if you heard about that. This is true. There's a
God, he just looks so cool. To look cool, you have to have things on your wrists and fingers. If you do not have things on your wrists and fingers, you look less cool, and that's a fucking fact. I don't know what it is about things on your wrists and fingers, but once you got them, that's fucking cool, man. He looks like a guy that's, I know, and also Mark Maron is cool. I agree. Not only does he look cool, he is cool. And the cool thing about Mark Maron is he does not think he is very cool, I don't think, which is pretty cool.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. I mean, how do you even promote that? Like from the folks that brought you 9/11.
Murdering journalists?
2 weeks of laughter in the desert. Don't miss it. I mean, the same guy that's going to pay them is the same guy that paid that guy to bonesaw Jamal Khashoggi and put him in a suitcase.
Yeah,
but don't let
that
stop the yucks. It's going to be a good time. Full disclosure, I was not asked to perform at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, so it's kind of easy for me to take the high road on this one.
The money must have been fucking real good, though. Holy shit.
Easy to maintain your integrity when no one's offering to buy it out,
Mark Maron spoke on...
That's a funny joke. I don't even think that was even too scathing.
Events taking place in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
They're asking me to go to the Middle East soon.
What? Where? Why?
Saudi Arabia and UAE or Dubai.
Dubai?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Based Shane Gillis. It's interesting. Shane Gillis has done an interesting path. He has been canceled. He has been edgy and dumb, and in some instances probably still is. I don't keep up. But in a lot of ways, he doesn't like a lot of the right-wing comedians because they're assholes, even though he tries to be nice with them. He doesn't I don't think he's a bad guy either. I think he's kind of getting informed, and as he gets more informed, I see him having a lot of good opinions, especially in the last couple of years. Insane. I'm told we have the money in here. Let's see. Newsweek has the list of comedians. Let's see. This is just the list that we didn't even need to see. How much are the comedians being paid? Official figures have not been released. Dylan said he was being paid $375,000, and then others have been offered as much as $1.6 million. Jeez.
Yeah. For the troops? Is it for the troops?
Not for the troops. It's for the Saudis.
For the Saudi princes?
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's
what the fuck?
For Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
Yeah, they literally were. They literally were.
And Shane Gillis did too, even turning down multiple offers to stand on his morals.
Then I'll be Chicago, September 5th, and then September 11th, theater at MSG, and then September 27th, Saudi Arabia with... Oh, you fucking... baby! You're all piece of Stone Sam!
Yeah! Dude, bleeping shit, TYT, they gotta make sure they're monetizable. That's for sure.
Oh, come on, Jessica Kirsten's getting it first, right? What the hell?
What a bag of shit, man.
Leave it, I'll tell you that. It's gonna be hard to do crowd work with that burqa.
Everyone doing all the people cleaning your sheets are just Filipino slaves. Yeah. They're doing it too, right?
I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
October 8th. I figured the 7th would have been in poor taste, so I'm doing the 8th.
What? Jesus, it takes place on October 7th. You guys are in Riyadh.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Money is bad. It's bad. This is bad.
October 7th. Realize that.
God, Stavi's based. You know,
I'm on the 8th. I'm there on the 8th.
Oh my God.
What is going on the 7th? You're going to be doing remembrance posts from Saudi Arabia? Yeah, from Saudi Arabian airspace?
Sound good. Hold on. Distraction real quick.
they were uninvited because of this clip. They didn't say no because they were moral characters. Oh, they got uninvited. I see.
All right, that'll do it for us.
Because they were on with Stavi talking about this?
Our goats,
Were they mad?
Stavros Halkias, roasted all the participating parties. But who are they? The list goes as follows.
Woof. Tom Segura, the guy that was just on that podcast. I'm not going to know all these people. Pete Davidson. The guy's yelling. I've seen this guy's stand up, but I don't know what his name is. Is that Hannibal Buress? He's a landlord. Podcast. Aziz Ansari. Fucking Dave Chappelle. Louis C.K. Oh my God.
Tom Segura, Sam Morrill, Pete Davidson, Nimesh Patel, Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee of the Bad Friends Pod, Aziz Ansari, Hannibal Buress, Mark Norman, Dave Chappelle, Andrew Schultz, and the Flagrant Crew, Louis C.K., Chris Tucker, Kevin
And the Flagrant Crew. He got the whole Flagrant podcast out there. Great.
Hart, Bill Burr, Joe Coy, Jimmy Carr, Gabriel Iglesias, Maz Jabrani, who appears on the main show of this network, by the way, Sebastian Maniscalco, Whitney Cummings, Jessica Curson, Jim Jeffries, Omid Jalili, Russell Peters, Zarna Garg, Ben Hart, Chris DiStefano. I saw Wayne Brady off the official Riyadh season.
Wayne Brady? So Moaz is there? What? TYT not sending their best? This guy? Maz Jabrani? Never seen him. I don't watch TYT.
Website, along with Aries Spears, Jeff Ross, and Mo Amer also being added. Patel only...
I mean, it's just, you know, they don't have any fucking dignity or standards for themselves. It's going to happen eventually. I'm just surprised. I'm not surprised that people are just bought and paid for. But I am surprised to some degree why the Saudi princes even want it. Just because they can, I guess. They're like, look at this. It's the biggest fucking comedy festival that's ever happened. Let's just do that.
recently gave this update.
Tourism?
Hey, Nimesh Patel here, addressing some of the comments that I got on my Saudi festival video. A lot of redundant comments, so I figured let's just address them in one shot. Question number one, why'd I accept in the first place? It was a lot of money.
Well, okay. Yeah.
20% of my annual income. If you would have said no to that outright, you're a better person than me.
20% of your annual income to go to a comedy show in a slave country, slave-owning country. Low bar.
I was like, you know what? I'm okay with the karmic cost of doing that. Question number two, what made me change my mind? People are saying, oh, it's giving, he got caught, that's why. That's not fair. The Zach Woods video is the one that made this whole festival go viral in the first place. I quit a week before that, as outlined in this email that I sent my agent on September 19th or so. I've been wrestling with the decision for a while. And then Kimmel got canceled, and someone said, how can you be a free speech person here and then go to Riyadh? And that gave me a lot of pause.
That's a good point. I'm glad that you had your mind changed at least.
I thought about it for that night, and the next day I emailed my agent, and I said, I can't get over it morally. If Trump asked me to do something, I'd say no. If Netanyahu asked me to do something, I'd say no. This feels like the same thing. And for not life-changing money. If it was life-changing money, I'd probably be over there. I'm just being honest with you guys.
Sheesh. I don't know, man. They fucking imprison people and kill journalists and shit. I don't know. It's like, would you go over to Israel? I don't know. Like, this guy does. I've seen his clips because he does like pro-Palestine content. You know, he has jokes about Israel and shit like that. It's like, but they're doing it too in a just like, you know, partial way. You know, they're currently not bombing anyone to my knowledge, but they wreak havoc on a lot of fucking people. Minimum 20K? Oh, it's got to be more than that. I could be wrong, but Saudi Arabia is normalizing relations with Israel too. Yeah, they're weird about it. Probably because they don't give a fuck, because it's like, well, it destabilizes their shit. I mean, fuck these people. We don't have like a necessarily like, you know, their view of it is like, well, they're not us. They're still bombing Yemen? Oh, you're right. Never mind. Israel and Saudi Arabia are bombing them both? Strange.
So take that as you will. The conditions for performing, as presented by another comedian who turned it down, were as follows. Atsuko Okatsuka posted the content restrictions on her
She's really funny, by the way.
Threads account that comedians must agree to. Artists shall not prepare or perform any material that may be considered to degrade, defame, or bring into public dispute, contempt, scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including its leadership, public figures, culture, or people, the Saudi royal family, legal system, or government, and any religion, religious tradition, religious figure, or religious practice. She wrote above the alleged agreement, the money is coming straight.
This is what the Republicans want. It's just the Republican Party platform. This is exactly the kind of free speech restriction that the Trump administration wants.
From the Crown Prince, who actively executes journalists, people with non-lethal drug offenses, bloggers, etc., without due process. A lot of the you can't say anything anymore comedians are doing the festival. They had to adhere to censorship rules about the types of jokes they can make.
Comedian Tim Dillon claims he was dropped from the festival because of his jokes about the regime.
I was defending them for having slaves. I literally said slaves are probably hard workers and, for the most part, agreeable.
This is him still doing the joke, by the way. Even though this guy is right-wing, he's still doing the joke. He is also good on the Israel topic, which is interesting.
But they didn't like that. You can literally support somebody too much. I've learned this.
Jesus Christ.
Pete Davidson, whose father was a firefighter who died in the 9/11 attacks, is also set to perform in Riyadh. Human rights...
Right? Holy shit. Someone made a joke about this. Oh, what was it? I cannot remember what the joke was. Essentially, like, does he know? Because he talks about his dad dying in 9/11 all the time. If you haven't seen a Pete Davidson thing, anytime there's a bio about Pete Davidson that shows up, or the movie he did, his dad dies in 9/11 and he's sad about it. And so now he's going to perform for the people that orchestrated it. It's crazy.
Firefighter who died in the 9/11...
Only guy to get reparations from Saudi Arabia after 9/11? I guess. Yeah, that's good.
Attacks is also set to perform in Riyadh. Human Rights Watch condemned the festival and is urging the comedians to speak out about dissidents and others in Saudi detention. CNN has reached out to the Saudi government and representatives for Hart, Chappelle, and Burr for comment.
Human Rights Watch wrote of the festival, the Saudi government is using the Riyadh Comedy Festival 2025 from September 26th to October 9th.
Insane schedule there to October 9th. Oh my God.
To deflect attention from its brutal repression of free speech and other pervasive human rights violations,
True.
Human Rights Watch said today. The festival dates include the 7th anniversary of the Saudi state-sponsored murder of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi and takes place just months after Saudi authorities executed a journalist apparently for his public speech.
Of course they did.
Comedians performing in Riyadh should speak out against Saudi Arabia's serious rights abuses, or they risk bolstering the Saudi government's well-funded efforts to launder its image, said Joey Shea, a Saudi Arabia researcher at Human Rights Watch. This whitewashing comes amid significant increase in repression, including a crackdown on free speech, which many of these comedians defend, but people in Saudi Arabia are completely denied.
But some of these artists, you have so much money.
Yeah.
We went and saw him live. He's great. John Marco is super funny.
Sebastian Maniscalco. There's a line. Like, let's at least establish.
And he's fucking just really, really good on every political issue. This guy gets it.
A line. There's a line of, like, people who have so much money that I'm like, this is embarrassing that you're doing this.
Yeah.
It's disappointing, Bill Burr.
It's very disappointing. I mean,
it's disappointing. I mean, you know, if there's one comedian I've always admired, it is Andrew Schultz. And I gotta say that this feels like
that's funny.
Surprising lack of character in this moment.
That's funny. He's joking. He does not like Andrew Schultz pretty openly.
I will say, in my mind, and you can judge me all you want for this. This is the most disappointing thing Louis C.K. has ever done.
No.
I mean, the irony is probably while he's in Saudi Arabia, this is probably the best behaved he'll ever be in a green room in his entire life.
Yeah. Hey man, money. You just give somebody money, and that's all it takes. That's all it fucking takes, dude. What were my morals and ethics? I don't know. They're paying me too much money for me to remember. I do not think that there exists an amount of money because I don't care about it a lot. I thought he was going to play Bill Burr's.
Just like us, to like you can talk about anything, you know, other than a couple things, which was basically, you know, religion. Don't make fun of the royals. Everyone was happy. The people.
You talk about everything except for criticism of, you know, these things.
That were doing the festival were thrilled. It was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Fuck, man. Dude, he's already got enough money, too. Very disappointing.
And it was great to experience that part of the world. And
capitalism is never... Like, how is this guy like, the billionaire should die, and then also the Saudi princes gave me a top 3 experience in my life?
And to be a part of the first comedy festival over there in Saudi Arabia, I think.
Is he saying that from Saudi Arabia? Is Bill Burr still there? Is he currently in Saudi Arabia right now? If he doesn't come back from Saudi Arabia and talk shit, I swear.
I think it's going to lead to a lot of positive things.
Fox News contributor Kat Timpf joins me.
Yes, I think it's going to lead to a lot of positive things. That does sound weird. They don't have any more of the clip? We're going to go to this.
To the people that set up the festival over there, when they first went to set it up over there, the rules on what they had about what you could say and what you couldn't say in Saudi Arabia, the people running the festivals will be like, all right, well, man, that's game, set, match. If this is like all you can talk about and you want some good comedians, like this isn't going to work. And then to their credit, they said, all right, what do we got to do? And they just negotiated it all the way down to like you can talk about anything, you know, other than a couple things, which was basically religion, don't make fun of the royals. And other than that, it was all, everything was like open. Anyway.
That's still gross. That's still so fucking gross.
I go in, it's this beautiful venue, it's in the round. Everybody's like, no, just do your shit, just don't talk about those 2 things. I'm like, I can talk about, yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, it's gonna be fine, right? So I'm like, all right. So I go up on stage, I start doing my shit, and they're into it. Everything's going good, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff, and they're all laughing. All right, so I'm going to push a little farther, and all of a sudden, I start getting in the zone. Oh, Billy's feeling loose up there, and my brain just goes, gay Jim. And then the other part of my brain goes, don't do that. And then I said, F it, I'm going to do it. So I started doing the joke, and it f***ing murdered.
Well, they laughed. I got a lot of laughs there. God damn it, Dan. So fucking dumb.
And at that point, I was just like, f it, I'm just doing my act. So I did my act, and I had to stop a couple times during the show. I was like going like, I'll be honest with you guys, I cannot believe any of you have any idea who I am. This is really amazing. And it was just this great exchange of energy.
I had a great exchange of energy with the slave-owning class of Saudi Arabia. That's fucking great. How tiring. For money to have any influence on anybody at all is so stupid.
Right? I got off stage, everybody took pictures and all of that type of stuff. The Royals loved the show, everyone was happy.
This system sucks.
People that were doing the festival were thrilled. It was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
If you couldn't be bought on this kind of thing, you would look at the event, look who is holding it, and you wouldn't even consider it twice. You know what I mean? But because they can purchase you, because money is something you need to survive, and it's also like a status thing, Sounds like shoot after the TPUSA rally. Kinda. They were nice to me. They're just like us. They have chilies over there. In the Saudi Arabian American tourism section. How can you have any real criticism of the billionaire class, though? Like, for real. I don't even understand how he thinks it's not the same. Because they call them princes over there, I guess. It's not just Bill Burr. But of the people that were there, I mean, he's certainly one of the more higher profile, at least critical of the right people. He never left the resort or the festival? Probably not. Probably not.